And hello everyone, I'm Breor. Welcome back to Goodgame Empire. In today's video, I have a new commander to show off to you guys. Pretty excited to be able to make this video, so let's jump right into it. Now, as the title of the video explains, this is the 9090 commander that you can make by putting together some pieces from the Storm Islands and the Blade Coast. So here are the pieces here. We start off with the head of the Water Dragon for our helmet. This is acquirable at Luna's trade boat, as is the breastplate of the Storm Warrior, which we are using for an armor piece. Now these two go together to make half of the Storm Warrior's equipment, and that means that we will be getting a plus 20% bonus to the strength of our melee soldiers. So beyond that, we also have these two pieces from the Blade Coast, the Swordfish Epee, which is at plus 16 right now. I should have mentioned that this is a plus 15 and this is a plus 17 from the Technicus, but that is going to give us some excellent bonuses to the ranged, wall, and moat percentages. In addition, it will comprise half of the Arms of the Buccaneer set. This is one of the only sets in the game that I know of, perhaps the only set in the game that I know of that is only 2 pieces, and it gives a stellar bonus for having the set complete. It will increase the strength of your melee soldiers by 40%. So the other half of that set is this Golden Compass. It's at plus 17 at the moment, and not much different to report. As you can see, I have embedded some gems into these pieces. They are all courtyard gems, and that is going to give me a, let's see, plus 44% bonus in the courtyard. So here you can take a look at the other stats that this set has to offer. I will go ahead and run down through them. Right now I have a NPC hero on this commander, so it's going to make attacking NPCs a little bit easier, but I do change that out fairly often because I do PvP attacks with that commander, and I think either this one or this one, yeah, it looks like this one is the commander that I use when I go ahead for PvP. So let's drop that in. Just for this stat rundown, I can switch out commanders for you. So now back to our balanced attack commander. We have a plus 25% strength in the courtyard stat. That will go along nicely with that plus 44% we get from gems. That will give us a plus 69%, but I'm going to change that in just a moment. In addition, this is going to increase my travel speed just a little bit for attacks on enemy castle lords. This commander here is actually a great one for travel speed, as you'll see. That's one of the next stats. But most importantly, it is a 90-90 commander. What this means is that it has a plus 90% to melee and a plus 90% to ranged. Keep in mind that it isn't fully upgraded yet, but it has that stat anyway. Now, because this wasn't a commander that is one set designed to go together, it's different pieces put together, it does go a little bit over a 90-90 in fact, but that rounds down to 90 as that is the maximum stat you can have for those respective categories. In addition, we have a great wall protection reduction bonus here. That is probably the next in line in importance for both NPC and PvP commanders. As I mentioned, we have a pretty stellar travel speed as well, and that couples nicely for the detection bonus to turn this into a very neat and handy PvP commander. That is why it is so advantageous to have. We also have some smaller bonuses on the gate and moat reduction of this commander, so overall it's pretty well rounded. So unfortunately the Technicus isn't here, or I would show you some upgrades or the process of getting some upgrades on these pieces of equipment. Now that they are anywhere from plus 15 to plus 17, all of the upgrades at the Technicus are extremely expensive, and even though I have 1,000,000 coins right now, if you round up, that probably would get me only one upgrade on the pieces, if that. So really it is very expensive, and I wouldn't be sure that I could get that upgrade in video anyway. But I do have the next best thing, and that is that Kingdom of Nef 2 participated in one of the Alliance events and earned me this Gem of the Battlecry 7. That is a plus 13% increase to courtyard strength, so that will go up a little bit. It won't go up by 13% because remember, we do have to replace a gem in one of our pieces of equipment. I have embedded the piece of equipment now with I don't know what level this actually is. 6. A level 6 courtyard gems, and this one here is level 5, so we will go ahead and replace that. Now, unfortunately, the difference between the level 6 and the level 7 gem isn't huge. In fact, it's only 1%. The difference between the 5 and the 6 is much bigger. That's 4%. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and do it. It will ask us if we want to reclaim the piece or the gem that we are replacing, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that. Level 5 gems are rather acquirable for me at level 70. So we're just going to go ahead and break it and replace. Alright guys, that looks pretty nice. That is increased this part here to plus 49%. This here is going to remain at plus 25. So someone can do the math for me on that. Let's see, it looks like 74. I could be very wrong though, so let me know if I am in the comments. So now that I've shown you how to get this commander, I'm going to jump to a video where I actually bought the pieces, and while I'm doing that, keep in mind that it is old and was recorded a couple of weeks ago. I'll explain how in terms of running the events and doing stuff like that. And alright guys, here's the recording I made when I purchased the pieces, starting with the golden compass, which gives you a plus 20% to your ranged combat strength, a plus 14 to your detection, and a plus 14 to your travel speed as well. It costs 19,000 pearls, and I just had exactly enough, so that was good. The second piece in this set is the Swordfish Epee. That gives you a plus 24% to your ranged, a plus 22% to your wall, and a plus 16% to your moat. That will complete the set. It is also 19,000 pearls, and it is important to buy this one rather than purchasing the Sea Queen's Scepter. As you can see, I'm all out of pearls. And there goes Skype. But the Sea Queen's Scepter is not the weapon that you will want to use to make this commander. Now I can add these pieces to an empty commander on my roster. Keep in mind that I already purchased the storm pieces, so this is actually me making the commander that I wanted for the first time. That was pretty cool. There goes Skype again. That's annoying. I didn't realize it was going off. My apologies about that. I guess I do need to clear off a commander before I can put those pieces in. This is my troop movement commander. No real bonuses of note. I just named it troop movement because I wanted to make sure I would never use it in an actual attack, but look at that. Now I get to drop in my pieces. That looks pretty glorious. No upgrades on them when I made this clip, obviously, because I just purchased them. However, I did have upgrades on the storm pieces that I was going to use. As you can see here, grabbing them, and now let's bring them back to the troop movement commander. I'm going to go ahead and rename that in a second. You might remember that it was called a balanced attack commander when you saw it at the start of this video, so that is what I will rename it to. I'm not actually sure if I rename it in this clip though. But that's going to be cool, and now I just get to choose a hero, and I have my own brand new 90/90 with some excellent bonuses. Actually, that's not true. You do need to upgrade it before it is a 90/90. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that I've explained how to get the pieces from the Blade Coast, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get the pieces from the Storm Islands. Now, in order to effectively do that, I would need to make a whole Storm Islands video. I have one video on Storm Islands up already, but I don't think it's particularly good. I will put a link for that in the description, and you could definitely go check it out if you are so inclined. Anyways, let's take a look here at Luna's trade boat. This is the merchant for the Storm Islands where you can spend the aqua points you collect to get rewards. Now for this video, we are interested in these two rewards here. You saw them earlier, the chest and the helmet for this 90/90 commander. So the chest does cost 80,000 aqua, and that is aqua, not cargo points. The head of the water dragon, which is the helmet, is a little bit less expensive at 64,000. You do want to be buying the pieces on this side because these are not what you will want to use for your commander. They are pieces for your Castellan, so that is good to know. So now your question has to be, how do I collect aqua? And there are many ways to do this. One way is to complete quests. They do give you a little bit of aqua, but that is certainly not the primary way, and it would probably be more advantageous for you to capture islands and or defeat storm forts. Now this is where my storm video comes in, so you should probably go watch that. But I will take a look at a spy report of an Aqua Island. I did this before I started recording, and give you a general overview of how to attack it. Now with these guys, you will generally want to take all 3 sections, or perhaps just the 2 flanks, and use enough ladders to overcome the wall, and then fill in preferably with ranged mantlets, but you could do wooden as well. It depends on how many rubies you are willing to spend and or how many casualties you are willing to take. So these guys, there's no real secret to them. You just have to hit them hard and hit them fast, because you have to get there first, or the island will be captured and your attack will bounce. Now you might be tempted to launch a capture attack on an island that is already owned by a player. Let me see if I can find one of those for you. But this is generally considered an act of war and is a really great way to make people mad, so you might not want to go ahead with that. Keep in mind that if you do capture an island from another player, the time required to obtain the resources, as you can see here, is 4 hours for a stone island, a small stone island. It would ordinarily be 6 hours for this Aqua Island, and if you capture it from another player, it will reset to 6 hours, so that is not something you can do. You can't capture it with 10 minutes left to go and expect to get those resources, unfortunately. But that is a quick overview of doing the Storm Islands to get your points for your commander. Once you do so, I'm sure they will look very nice on your 9090. And alright guys, thank you very much for watching all the way to the end of this 12-minute video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the opportunity to make it. Now I did want to let you guys know that a couple of my videos were flagged and removed, and I have received a strike. Obviously I don't really violate the terms of use for YouTube, so I'm sure that that strike will be removed and the videos restored once an actual person at YouTube looks at it, but the enemy has once again tried to shut me down by abusing the flagging system, so that's not cool. But yeah, stay tuned for more news on that. If it goes wrong, I will let you know. But again, thank you for watching, and I've put 2 videos up on the screen before you for you to go check out. The one on the left is going to be the Blade Coast video, and the one on the right is going to be the Storm Islands video, so they should be very helpful towards teaching you how to get the pieces. I know I showed how to buy them, but how to actually get the tokens and the aqua for the pieces is even more important. So thank you once again, and have a great day.